How's it going, everybody? So, exciting new review for you guys today. We're talking about the highly anticipated horror sequel, It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2 is a film I've really been looking forward to for a very long time. It's actually one of my most anticipated films of the whole year. I just really love most of Stephen King's work, and It, especially the first It back in 2017, it was just a really fun film. I made sure I went back and rewatched it actually this weekend just to really refresh my memory on how much I enjoyed that film as a whole. And I was really excited that they're actually going to split this book into two films because this book is huge that it's based on. It's like over 1,100 pages, so you really got a lot of ground to cover. This chapter centers around the Losers Club as adults. It's been 27 years since their encounter with Pennywise. Pennywise is back, which means that they got to get the Losers Club back together and take on Pennywise, hopefully for one last time. It does jump back and forth a lot between the Losers Club as adults and the flashbacks of them as kids, which is very faithful to the source material. I do have to commend Andy Muschietti and company for actually keeping the source material very close. It's actually a fairly accurate version of the book. Of course, it's not 100% accurate, like no book to movie adaptation ever is, but I'd say this is definitely one of the more accurate book to film adaptations. I mean, they did a lot of the stuff from the book. I also do have to commend them for actually assembling such a really great cast, because the kids from Chapter 1, they're part of what makes that first movie so special, is just because of how likable all those characters are. So they had really big shoes to fill, and they actually got some really great talent to portray them as adult characters, and for the most part, they actually also, not only are they great performances, they look a lot like the child actors, like what I'd imagine they look like when they get older. You got James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, and many others. They're just all phenomenal, actually. I think they all had really great chemistry. Personally, I think Bill Hader kind of steals the show out of the entire cast of the Adult Losers Club. He really is just the great comedic relief that you kind of need in these kind of movies to break up some of the horror elements, because it gets pretty creepy. And he's just a really great adult Richie Tozier. It's a really great step up from Finn Wolfhard. The best performance of the whole movie, though, it's Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. I really think this film just cements him in that iconic role, just his own spin on the character of Pennywise. Of course, Tim Curry is phenomenal as Pennywise, but he really just hammers home the just creepy, scary, but also kind of funny antics of Pennywise in this film. Pennywise is still delivering the scares because he wants revenge on the Losers Club after what they did to him 27 years ago, but he's also much more playful, I feel like, in this film as well. He's also not in it as frequently as I think most people are going to go in expecting, and I feel like that's going to be one of the major complaints that most people have, especially the general audience, that he's not in it enough. I mean, that's a fair complaint. I definitely feel like he could have been in it a little bit more, but I feel like he's in it enough that his performance still shines through amongst the others. I feel like with this summer's movie season having a lot of really long movies like Avengers Endgame, Midsummer, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I've kind of just grown accustomed to the very long runtimes, because the runtime for It Chapter 2 is very long as well. It's 2 hours and 49 minutes, I believe, which is a very long runtime, especially for a horror film. But the source material for this film is very large, so it's kind of expected that this film would be really long, especially if you combine it with the runtime of It Chapter 1. But I could definitely see most people thinking it's really long. It's just one of those things where a film like that, the pacing has some issues, especially I feel like in the second act it had, you could have cut out at least a couple things. Especially when they went between the main storyline and the flashbacks, sometimes it kind of ruined the pace that they were going for. But it really didn't bother me that much. The thing that did kind of bother me is the de-aging effect they did on the kids. And because they kind of had to, because between films, a lot of the cast, the kids, they went through puberty and they don't really look the same anymore, so they had to go for the whole de-aging effect, which is interesting because you really think of de-aging for like older people, but now we're de-aging like teenagers. So I guess that's a thing that we're gonna do if that happens in the future. Overall, though, I had a really fun time with It Chapter 2. I think it's a really good companion piece to It Chapter 1. It definitely is a very satisfying ending, I feel. I know I was really happy at the way it ended. I'm really curious, though, if people are going to like this one more or It Chapter 1 more. Personally, I think I liked It Chapter 1 a little bit more than It Chapter 2. I think that It Chapter 1 just kind of had that lightning in a bottle that it's really hard to capture again. And they did try their best. I think this is definitely one of the best efforts at capturing that lightning in the bottle a second time. I think if you're a fan of the first chapter, or if you're a fan of the source material, you're really going to enjoy this film regardless. Definitely check it out. But those are just my thoughts on It Chapter 2. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you think of the film when you check it out? It comes out this weekend. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you like this one more than It Chapter 1? Or maybe you like the Tim Curry miniseries more? Definitely let me know how you'd rank these films. I'm not going to do a ranking of the It films because there's only 3 of them if you count the miniseries. But let me know how you'd rank these films from worst to best in the comments below, because I'm really curious how people are going to rank them, because I feel like they all have different levels of really good quality. But thanks so much for checking out the review for It Chapter 2. If you liked it, make sure you give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with my movie reviews, channel reactions, unboxings, and all this other stuff. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.